Xbox Era. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/Xbox Era. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/Xbox Era, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Xbox Era's Headlines, our twice weekly news show that covers the latest and greatest from across the video game industry. In the spirit of that industry, we talk about everything, all the platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Switch, you name it, we're probably going to chat in some form about it. Today's date is September the 9th, 2025. I'm your host, John, looking very stupid, and joining me as always is Jesse, also looking pretty stupid.
Well, I've got the Borderlands sunglasses on from Gunner Optics, and was like, these don't read 100% Borderlands, so this is the bag.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
This is their Borderlands 4 thing that people are like, you broke embargo? And I'm like, no, this has been on sale for many months, but
yeah, they just sent you.
It comes with a microfiber as well that I have upside down.
It's an on-brand microfiber, to say the least.
And you are a kawaii little kitty. Oh. You got the t-shirt that was in this very swag bag.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't wear small.
Yeah, I made a promise to our patrons who demanded that I wear the kitty ear Razer headset, which I'm currently reviewing for audio quality purposes. And yeah, here you go. Yes, these ears do light up, and you can change them, and all of this jazz. And it's got a very nifty, very high quality microphone that comes out of here.
Yeah, it was
if it wasn't
shockingly good sounding when we played Borderlands at some point for the review. Thingamabob to do.
If I wasn't like a 41-year-old man, I really love the headset. I don't really need these, but like for those that do, it's pretty good so far. Like the only kind of negative I really have is I dislike the faux leather material that you get on a lot of headsets. I prefer a mesh, but that's just personal taste. But there you go. I'm going to wear these. How long I'll wear them for?
I will wear these until the sun dies. I get very lucky to be able to review them.
Anyways, we're here. We're back. I missed the podcast last week, so it's nice to be back on Headlines, chatting with the team.
Only went 4.5 hours, thanks to Nick, who says it's never his fault.
Honest to God, I got back and I saw that time when I woke up in the morning to do the article. I was like, I am so glad I missed that. It's too long for me. 4 a.m. that would have meant for bedtime. No thanks. But yeah, before we dive into the news of the week, just some polite housekeeping reminders for everybody watching. One, if you're watching right now, do hit that like button because the algorithm demands it, and we love having you around and feeling that validation.
We love existing.
In two, we've got several reviews and bits and pieces on the xboxera.com website live for your perusal and enjoyment. One, the site has had a bit of a refresh, a bit of a an update. We've got some new sections. We're going to be posting some more deals so you can save some money. And we've also separated out some sections and condensed others. So, you'll see our features, which is like previews, interviews, opinion pieces, all in one big section. And there's a new video playlist there as well for folks to enjoy. In terms of new reviews that are live, we've got yet another Zombie Survivors hands-on early access preview from our resident Bullet Heaven aficionado.
There's like 6 Bullet Heavens coming out this month. He's in Bullet Heaven.
He's delighted. He's literally in Bullet Heaven. So you can go check out that. We saw that someone from the wider gaming community asked where the PlayStation 5 version is for the game. And I surmised that it probably isn't on PlayStation yet because PlayStation don't really offer a game preview early access
Yeah, it's like
program.
you can do it, but it's not a full program.
Yeah, it's not really official. Powell did it because of its size, I think, but it's still not official. And the developers responded to that tweet and saying, yep, absolutely correct. Like, well, there is a demo that's coming, but we're not doing early access on PlayStation yet. Elsewhere, we've got a brand new review this morning of Bubsy in the Perfect Collection for you Bubsy fans out there.
For everyone who's dying to play Bubsy 3D.
No one is dying to play Bubsy 3D. But it's live. It's on the site from one of our new team members, Steve Scripted. It's a great review. And what's interesting, and I didn't really realize it because I have no nostalgia for Bubsy, it's a full-on how this was all put together, like old documents you can zoom in on, or like concepts.
The new Atari is trying very hard.
I've got to give them props. I think they released that Samsara, Adventure of Samsara, Metroidvania type game on the same day as Hollow Knight Silksong, and it achieved a concurrent player base of 12 on Steam. But from what our lovely Steve has played of it, he's actually really good and he's pretty addicted. So I think he's going to follow up with a full review at some point in the future following his hands-on preview.
Yeah, this is the other
and
one.
then lastly,
it's Tracer somehow.
There you go. Yeah, you were upset.
They're supposed to look like her goggles, I guess.
They do kind of. Last piece of content, if you missed it, was our Indiana Jones and the Order of Giants review, which I think I was one of the first.
You just skipped it again because you don't give a shit.
I only played 5 hours. Oh wait, it was about that long. Granted, I didn't collect every single thing.
Yeah, you didn't do 100% review. Garbage.
Well, that's it. Might as well just get in the bin. Sorry, Geordie. Other than that, though, it's all good. It's all good. There you go. Go click some stuff.
We've had a lot of content. It will slow down a little bit because review content takes a lot longer than previews and other stuff, but there's still going to be a lot of it. Like, it's still going to be nonstop for us.
Well, I've worked out because, and this is kind of like behind the scenes stuff. My kids have now, or one of my kids has now started secondary school, so he's a lot more independent. And it's just my little girl goes to primary school still, but it has meant that my morning routine has changed quite a bit, which is good because now when I get back, I have a whole sort of setup ready, and we're pumping out news and content like never before. Like I was on it yesterday, I've been back on it again today. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Long may we grow. I think I would put it pretty succinctly is that if you're a game player on Xbox that plays on this platform, and you're not following us, you're probably doing something wrong because we're a team of people that actually play on Xbox.
Except for
just saying,
my last 2 reviews are on PC.
Well, we actually do play there predominantly, though.
And they're on PC because they literally don't exist yet on Xbox. Like, I haven't looked today.
We can't do much about that.
But like Chronos didn't have its Xbox preload until right before launch, which means it wasn't there to review. Because if it's not there for you to preload, it's not there for me to get a key that unlocks that preload.
Exactly.
And then they have to whitelist, and they don't like doing that because it's a ton of work with a console. So they just say PC, and here you go.
Yep.
So that'll be Borderlands 4 as well. I apologize. I will most likely have absolutely no idea how that game plays on console when it comes out. So keep an eye out on people who quickly get content up or stream it on Thursday morning.
I mean, we'll try and do a quick, this is fine
kind of maybe the first hour of gameplay we could put a video, but then by that time everyone's out and there's no point
it's already planned. That's why.
Fun. Anyways, let's get into the news. And we'll start off with our headline topic, which is Xbox have come out and said, hey, we've got an Xbox Tokyo Game Show broadcast. So TGS 2025 is fast approaching. Broadcast is now scheduled for the September 25th, I believe.
Yep, 6 a.m. my time, 11 a.m. your time. We'll do a co-stream with me, you, and Ursel. There's the rumors about a new Forza. We're waiting on the release date for Final Fantasy VII. Nate the Hate came out and said Rebirth will be next year on Switch 2 and Xbox, which is no shitter. It's really curious. Is the third one day and date anywhere else? I'm going to guess no. But how long is... Because they normally come out... I think Rebirth said it had 3 months of exclusivity. If it's 3 months of exclusivity again, I think then Switch 2 and Xbox would not be a multi-year wait. They'd be pretty quick. But yeah, so they're going to be at the show floor. If I know the games industry, there's going to be people saying, I can never get away from Xbox. But also what they're showing here is a lot more limited compared to like Gamescom. They got Ninja Gaiden 4, and they've got the ROG Xbox Allies. And Bethesda, and also TGS is really about merch, just like Gamescom is. And so they have a Bethesda merch shop, which will feature official merch from Fallout, Starfield, Doom, and The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, including rare products never before released in Japan.
Wow.
Also,
exciting.
They've got a lot of localization on their streams. Xbox Japan.
Yeah, they always do.
Xbox Korea, Xbox New Zealand, Xbox Southeast Asia, which is not the part of Asia always that gets called Southeast Asia in gaming. Because like South Korea and Japan and them are way up there. And Southeast is the other side, down.
I mean, I have to give... It's an odd one because Microsoft do really good. I can't take myself seriously wearing this headlet. Microsoft do a really good job when it comes to accessibility and like languages and doing streams like this and having everything translated. But then they often do such a frankly piss poor job of actually localizing their games. And it's like, what is that about? Like, can you not get these two teams working together, please? It's an odd one.
I wonder if there's just something more about the way VO works. And I mean, like the tech side of things, you would imagine they're probably yelled at to use AI, and they do, and then people get mad. I know the Chinese localization has some issues with like Hollow Knight. Obviously, really small team. I don't know. I didn't see exactly what the issues were, but it was getting pretty heavily review bombed on Steam over it in that region. It is curious. Like, I know Bethesda used to be really good about localizations, but a lot of their teams are gone now.
I think it's just an area Microsoft really need to improve.
They're so Amero-centric, yeah. A little bit, like, as we know.
Yeah. Tokyo Game Show, though, like, it's always been... I feel like because of the size and scale of Microsoft now and how many games they've got in the pipeline and the stuff that they're constantly releasing... Like, we've never had really, really big reveals, you know? Like, to me, it was always the show that I kind of like, because I don't, frankly, care a lot about...
Because you're racist.
...many Japanese games. Like, they're just not my jam. But if they're going to announce, you know, as per the rumor, if they're going to announce things like Forza Horizon 6 at that show, A, it makes a lot of sense if the rumors are true and it is based where it's based. But two, it also shows that they just have enough... like runway now and content to just do it in every show and just go ham, and that's great. It's great for us gamers at least. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes out of all of this. But yeah, tune in to Xbox Era on the 25th. We'll be doing a live broadcast, myself, Jesse, and Ursel, showing off and chatting over everything that they show. Or rather, you two chatting while I fervently write out as much news as possible and keep up. But we'll see. We'll see. I've already prepared a few skeletons just in case. Staying on Xbox topics, the team at Xbox Wire released a blog post earlier today. This Xbox goes vroom. That's right. you can play Xbox while driving your car. No, that's incorrect. Your kids can play Xbox in the back of the car while driving the car. I don't know. Like, the Xbox is coming to cars. There you go. That's what's happening. Thanks to LG and a partnership with their automotive team for their operating system, which is basically WebOS. It's the same that's on my TV here and the one in my lounge.
And the screen I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, playing cloud streaming games to your car.
I know cars have giant iPads in the back now.
Yeah.
I don't have the money for that.
Yeah. Like,
Xbox goes into expensive cars.
Right? That's kind of like, it feels like what the vibe is. Like, okay, cool. Like,
so it's just, I try and tell my kids, because the app is there in WebOS. I know it's just adding it to the WebOS that is in some cars, I guess.
It's just like, for me, I was always told, and I tell my kids, don't read, don't, watch TV or watch a tablet because it will make you feel car sick. So I try and persuade them.
You know what the secret is? If you do it up, if you keep your head up, you're fine. If you're looking down, that's when I've gotten a headache. Like Amanda can do it. I don't know how. She has no problem. She'll just be on the passenger side while I'm driving, reading a full book. No issue at all.
Yeah, I can't do that.
She's a maniac.
No thanks. But yeah, Xbox is a cars now. Cool.
Good English.
Yeah. Next up in news, Hollow Knight Silksong has hit 5 million players. This is via a new report over at Alinea Analytics. The link is in our sourced article on xboxzero.com, where that team has gone through and pulled some data. When they tweeted it out, I did actually see that they said, no, we don't use Xbox user reviews to gather our data.
Yeah, people have said, oh, they use it for everything. It's like, no, he referenced it in one thing for a quick and dirty. But it's also like, no, they have a full analytics thing that people pay for. It's just the issue of going into social media threads is the weird part for me. Like it feels like trying to do it the same way Matt Piscatella does, but without maybe as much deftness.
Perhaps. But either way, according to the data compiled by Reese Elliott and the team at Alinea, from the point of launch on September 4th, Hollow Knight's Silksong basically skyrocketed, and they now believe that it's had over 5 million players. It achieved around 500k plus.
It was almost 600. It got to like 570, 580.
Wow,
at its highest.
Impressive. Yeah. We know it brought most digital platform stores to their knees. Like Steam was down, Xbox was down. And apparently, according to Alinea, it's those 5 million players, over 1 million of them enjoyed Hollow Knight or are enjoying Hollow Knight Silksong on Game Pass. 3 million of those players purchased the game on Steam. And it's generated over $50 million in revenue for Team Cherry.
It started out hot on OpenCritic. It was at 100. It had 3 10 out of 10s from top critics, but now it is down to 98. So it's pretty much a failure.
Oh.
Hate to see it. It's also lost most of its player base, so I'm sure the articles will be coming in soon. I don't know if you saw the Bucky from Pal World, who we met.
Did.
He was a real cool guy. Yeah, he was great. Real straight shooter and just very funny. Going at Paul Tassi with a joke about how Pal World had lost its player base. And it's like, well, Pal World also isn't a live service, nonstop content game. And sometimes it's fine when people move on to the next thing.
It's crazy.
And also, Hollow Knight's insanely hard. So a lot of people might try it and then bounce off until, like today's other Hollow Knight news, it had a patch where it is nerfing a couple of the early bosses, including one who just posted he beat. It was like, hey, everyone's getting that day one patch for reviewers experience, where in a game like Lies of P, I had the hardest time ever. And you guys never saw that version of the game that I reviewed. It was nerfed 30% easier. Like damage output and health on most bosses was down 30%. And then 2 weeks after that, they went down even more. So it is interesting when there is no review experience to see how everyone gets to react to balance changes in a game like this. It's
I have to admit, like, I know I wasn't a fan of the first Hollow Knight, all right, but curiosity got the better of me. It's in Game Pass. I downloaded it and I played about half an hour this morning. I'm just checking it out.
Ready for a review, according to some websites that put up stub pages.
Stub pages. But I'm like, yeah, I feel very similar to how I feel about Hollow Knight. Like, I understand why people love it, and I think the art's great, but it is not a life-changing Metroidvania for me. Like, that is still firmly in Ori and the Will of the Wisps camp. Like, that was an incredible experience.
I really loved Ori, but I think the one that made me the happiest to play overall was Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. It's still the best
equally
mix
another
of
fantastic
good
game.
Combat and the absolute best platforming that I've ever had.
Yep.
But,
yeah,
and I liked
tight.
Hollow Knight. I ended up giving it an 8 and having many people get mad at me over it. Because that game is always a 10. I'm like, it's got a terrible opening, an okay middle, and an amazing ending. But yeah, people get mad. But Hollow Knight Silksong looks good, and I'll probably never play it because now I'm too busy reviewing everything, and I'll have no time. I will try to get to it in December for when we do Game of the Year in January.
Yeah, you have like a lull, and you're like, oh.
Maybe we have a lull. We barely had one last year.
I feel like we're not going to get one at all this year, the way it's going.
November looks light. There's barely, but there's also like 50 things that haven't gotten a date yet. Even little things like Marvel Cosmic Invasion still don't have a date. And you're like, when? When?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know the answer to that question. I wish I did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Congrats.
Ursel streamed himself reviewing it yesterday. He has 2 more days to get that review out or he's fired. No more pay.
Yeah, did you hear him swear?
I did not.
I felt so sorry for our audience watching on YouTube. He just started swearing.
Effing and jeffing. Man.
Oh, it was. I never heard such awful language come from Ursel before, and it was. I mean, I apologise to the community for having to hear that, and I really sincerely hope that no children stumbled upon that stream or were in earshot because that was awful. Really, really bad language from.
Yeah, he said flip like 4 times. That's a lot.
Disgusting.
For him.
Disgusting.
No actual swear words. He just said flip a lot, which for him is essentially the F-bomb.
Oh, I love winding him up, like telling people that he
literally did say it one time to me, and he refuses to accept that he did.
It gives me life. I don't know. I really love that. Bless him. All right, next up in news. Hey, remember Starfield? I've
been streaming a lot lately, and people love it.
Divisive game that was, bombed at launch and definitely.
It is my most popular game to stream now.
But yeah, well, apparently they're not done just yet. They've teased something. They've teased a little new thing, and it's not what we thought it would be. What's going on here, Jesse? I
don't know if it's the next expansion is called this, or if it's a piece of content, because the original Starfield had a lot of references to certain things, and they teased something in their 2nd year anniversary post called what looks to be, because it only flashed up the left and right sides of the words, but Terran Armada. So an Earth Armada of some sort. People are hoping maybe this means the mechs or something, because Starfield is a game with a bunch of lore about huge mechs, and you can actually see them all destroyed outside of their factory from the wars they were a part of. Could it be that? Like, is it an expansion? That is a whole big story thing. That's not the Starborn one that got, what was it, a copyright that people thought was going to be the next expansion?
Starborn, yeah, it got listed as a trademark, I believe.
Yeah, trademark, that was it. I don't know. Starfield's a great game. It's also gotten unbelievably shit on over time, to the point where people bought into the meme about it so hard that they actually think the game was a huge bomb and not rather successful for a new IP. Like, no shit, it's not going to be as big as The Elder Scrolls 5. Like, the 5th game in this long-running series, shockingly enough, in an industry that's full of sequels that are carrying everything. New IP, generally. Like, you can look at Chronos, which had 200,000 digital purchases. and they're thrilled. It's a new IP for them that they've gotten that many out of. Like, it's very different when it's a new IP versus sequel.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, as well, is they could apply everything that they've learned, community feedback, all of that stuff. And Starfield 2, I think, would do phenomenally well. But we probably have to wait for Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 first. Yeah. But yeah, like I still really enjoy Starfield, and I really do need to finish the campaign. Like I did Avowed, I can do this, right? I've got to go back.
Yeah, you can golden path Starfield pretty quickly if you want to. It's not the way for these types of games, but I'm also
I don't like to golden path in these.
And I am not the type of person that is looking to walk in a direction and just have random content smack me in the face. Like, I like following quest lines in Bethesda games. So Starfield was more for me because it is less about just pick a direction and go, because obviously the planets are all randomly generated and you need to find something actually on them for it to be the most interesting. And we do have a couple of super chats from Tiberius Monk where he says, Ursel, think of the kids. I know. I agree. What the flip? Should. Oh shit. And also, thanks to me, Jesse, I'm playing Starfield and loving it. It's a great game, and it runs real well on everything now. Like, it was heavily optimized if you played it at launch on console or PC, and you play it now. Like, I'm locked 120 with everything maxed out, and it's freaking gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
I'm wearing my Doom outfit, putting it back on here because I had taken it off because, shockingly enough, if you have a big, bulky spacesuit, it's a lot harder to sneak around, in case people didn't know.
RPGs, yo. Yeah, but it's 2 years old, celebrating its 2-year anniversary. Little tease from that team for the Terran Armada. What that means, we don't know. Will it, whatever the second expansion is, be announced alongside a port of some sort? One would assume, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh no! Zip zap, zip zap, zip zap, zip. Nope. Yep. So in that. What? In this, people took all of these images that flash up and got all the ones that say what it is, and it looks like it's saying Terran Armada, from what you can tell. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see. What is it? When do we find out more about it? And when is John finally correct about the PlayStation 5 4 he lied about?
Absolutely. Next up in news, Borderlands 4.
Never heard of it.
Imminently arriving. And if you wanted to know when the global launch times were, we've got a handy article up on
because they're different.
XboxEra.com.
PC,
they are different.
Yeah, PC is a set global time for everyone. One time that changes per your time zone. But John, when are the console ones launching?
Well, it's interesting. If you're in the UK, so near London, for example, the console launches Friday, September 12th at 12 a.m.
Yeah, it's local.
But if you're in
midnight.
PC in that same time, the launch is Thursday, September 11th at 5 p.m. So it's like 7 hours earlier. And it's like,
unless you took a trip to New Zealand on console, and then it would be like 2 a.m. for you because it is local midnight time on console. Yeah. So that is the whole New Zealand trick. If it is local midnight and not one global time, that is when it should work. In case anyone was wondering and wanted to play it at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. my time, Eastern U.S. on Thursday. So even though it's a September 12th midnight launch, you most likely can play it earlier if that trick works. And if you're a filthy crimer.
Yeah. We've got some other bits and pieces planned for Borderlands 4, but we'll share more when we can. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I am looking forward to playing Borderlands 4 with the boys. I think looks like a fun game. What else have we got? If you're into your Call of Duties, the team at Activision have teased some more Black Ops 2 map remakes for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So Treyarch's design director.
BT Maverick 707. I still can't believe Ursel cussed me out in LA. I know.
Oh my God, that is so rude. Treyarch's design director Matt Scrontz took to YouTube and answered some of the community's most asked questions with regards to player movement in the game via a new Dev Talk series. So, is there going to be wall running? Is there jetpacks?
No.
We've got every question transcribed and plonked over on xboxzero.com.
Maybe. Go read.
There's some yeses and some no's. So
it's the wall jump, which is real cool looking. See how it is in action.
The team have said that they've pulled back after they introduced Omni movement last year. The attack sprint is removed by default, but they've increased base movement speed, but you can still take a perk if you want tactical sprint.
I could talk about having maybe done stuff in this game. I keep forgetting I can't. But
that's frustrating.
Later. Well, it's also been so long, it's easy to forget. We weren't even going to be allowed to say we had played it, which was going to be really weird. Like, we went and sat in a theater in LA and just watched a half-an-hour presentation and then went all the way back home? No, we didn't. We got to play it. We just can't talk about it. Well, we didn't get to play campaign.
I'm trying to put links in the chat and it won't let me. It says error, try again. I just refreshed the stream and it's just straight.
What link are you trying to put in yours?
Just the transcription. But nutshell, no grappling hooks in multiplayer.
Take that.
No double jump. But they did say, can we get some Black Ops 2 remasters that we haven't seen before? That's what the community asked. And his tease was, yeah, you can. Interesting. Now, when it comes to Call of Duty, lots of maps have been remade over the years. And Black Ops 7 is confirmed to have 3 remakes. I think Express, Raid, and Hijacked are returning. But those have been remade previously. So it's nice to hear that the team might have some other fan favorites to line up and make an appearance. As always, we'll bring you more on Black Ops 7 as soon as we have it.
That'll be day of launch. They're never early. So unless they do like a review event, but even then, I don't think they have. Everyone gets it at launch.
Yeah.
So we'll be jumping in doing that. I'll be playing that campaign all day, nonstop. People can join me from the team, like John, because it's co-op. It's always great.
I love a good co-op.
Yeah,
it makes any game
co-op.
instantly better.
Betty.
Oh. I knew you would. I had to correct myself because I knew that you.
I was confused. Who's Betty? Not Nick. Oh, a woman's name. Let me be creepy. But
don't do that.
Bouncing Betty.
Next up in news, Lenovo have lifted the lid and provided a bunch of details on their upcoming super duper handheld PC, the Lenovo Legion Go 2. We've put together a Everything We Know guide, which you can go check out on xboxzero.com. It looks absolutely nuts, to say the least. And I'm just like looking at our
I remember with this first one, they went all out on this first. Like, this first one has 2 40 gigabit USB-C ports, and nothing else has even one. Like, everything's like, we've got a 10. This has 2 40s. You can run. This can be, as Britt has attested to, your computer. Yeah. Like, he just uses it as his computer, and it's fine because it's so strong.
If you look down that article at the moment, there's a link to a Everything We Know, and that's got some more images because that article is more about the full screen Xbox experience, which we'll get to in a second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like this
opening a new window on our own site. What the heck?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
This features a 8.8 inch 144 hertz OLED VRR display.
First VRR OLED in a handheld, as far as I know.
Yep. A 74 watt hour battery. It features a built-in kickstand, Hall effect sticks, fingerprint reader, charging connector for your controllers. So like the Switch, these controllers disconnect off of the main tablet and you can put it in console mode, as they call it, and play it like a traditional console.
I can show that off.
You've got it. We've got the current Lenovo Legion Go to check out. It's got a mouse mode like the Switch 2. It can be docked for big screen gaming, and it even comes with a carry case.
Mouse mode. it had before the Switch 2. Damn it.
Yeah, fair. I'm just,
here's the original big, beefy, chonky boy. This thing is fucking huge. I've shown it off against the Steam Deck before. But yeah, so it's a lot of same stuff. Like, it has a great kickstand in it. These things pop off real easy with a little button right down there. Hard to do when you're holding it this way. And they just come right off. This one has the IR sensor on the bottom. And then it's got that little circular disc thing that you can use it as a mouse. It's got all the buttons to even be a mouse when it's being held. Like, it's really cool. It just had horrible battery life.
Yeah.
The Z2 Extreme chip should help alongside OLED screens use less sometimes, and it's a way bigger battery, which is why it's a way bigger price for the sequel.
Yeah, and it's shipping with 2 variants, the Z2A, I guess, or Z2.
No, just the Z2. So there's Z2 Extreme, Z2, and Z2A, which is what is like
the Xbox Ally has.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets scary, right? For the standard Z2 option, or Z2 option, I should say, it is $1,099.99.
Which is way closer to the normal realm of these devices that people aren't used to seeing. But that's what they are. And
for the super duper Z2 Extreme, it is $1,349.99. Now, it's worth iterating that the problem with a lot of the big media sites is they look at these devices and immediately compare them to a console, which is a heavily subsidized piece of first-party hardware from one of the big companies. That is not what this is. This is a gaming laptop stuffed into a handheld.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. This is a extremely niche, high-priced device for those that want it. But it looks cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I have questions about the ergonomics of it. I need to hold one to really kind of get a feel.
It's really heavy, but
yeah.
It'll depend. I'm curious on this next one. Is it as heavy? Like, I've never had a problem, but I have really big hands, and everything about this is really big. But this is my review playing all these games on it. They all work great. Like,
yeah.
This does not run well on a Steam Deck. None of these do, and yet they all ran in the 30-watt mode. So you could play this for, I don't know, an hour, maybe an hour and a half mode off the wall.
Yeah. I'm very curious. Battery life and performance are the things that I'm really curious about. But this is releasing on October when is it releasing? October the 20-something? Is it 25th, I think? It's releasing this month. And obviously that's putting it, not this month, next month. But it's putting it up against the Asus Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X, who we have a release date, and it's earlier than the Lenovo Legion Go 2, but we don't have a price yet. Will that come at the Tokyo Game Show? Perhaps so. It makes sense.
And it'll be less because it's not as over-the-top crazy in specs. And they're subsidizing it.
I still feel like whatever they were planning, whatever they were doing, if they were looking at subsidy, I feel like the economic realities are what they are, and that the prices are going to either end up being what was leaked or higher. Like, genuinely, I feel like it would be $599.
No, they wanted
$950.
The rumors, and you heard them all the same, is they wanted it to be a little less than what was leaked because they were surprised that people were so upset that it was a little cheaper and the exact same price as the original Ally or existing Ally and Ally X, which was their $600 and $900, though they were $600 and $800, but the Ally X went up in costs thanks to Orange Man. Tariffs are a tax on us. There's no getting away from it. Companies aren't going to eat them if they don't have to. And so $550 and $900 would be perfectly reasonable prices realistically. But when you are tying it to a console crowd, they're going to have sticker shock. They're not used to GPD wins being $1,300 for their top variants. Like, that's just been the reality on gaming handhelds for a long time. Like, the good ones were well over $1,000 5 years ago. So, but the Steam Deck came in, had okay specs, but a better user experience and subsidize the shit out of the hardware, but the hardware was actually really shit in the original Steam Deck. Like, they had a horrible screen on that, and they had really bad eMMC memory, and that's why it was so cheap. And then they did the Steam Deck OLED, which has an okay, not great version at $550, and a good version, the one everyone talks about, at $650. So even there, if you're $550 or $100 below the Steam Deck OLED with a newer version of the same chip and pretty much better specs everywhere else except for probably speakers and screen, where your screen is very good, but it's not as good most likely. So
yeah, it's all coming out next couple of months. We'll be able to hopefully we'll be able to pit these up against each other.
I mean, I still have this friggin' I haven't even opened this in a month, like weeks. I still have this laptop they send me. They're really great to work with at Lenovo, so I would feel confident. I might not get to keep it this time, but I feel confident I'd get to at least review it. But I would say, hey, if I have it, much like I did with Borderlands and a bunch of other games, I'm going to use this with those games when I can to make it as part of the review.
And honestly, that is something that if we can get enough of the devices where relevant, we will look to integrate handheld performance for that new subsection of gamers out there in every one of our reviews where possible. Like, I'm not expecting everyone on the Xbox Era team to go out and grab a handheld, nor am I expecting everyone from every company to send us all a handheld each. You know what I mean? But if for those that can pick them up or wanted to get them personally, as we review games, we can also include a little section, a little bit of gameplay footage, give people an expectation, best settings to run on, stuff like that. I think that's a worthwhile thing to do as we go on this journey into multiple devices and multiple ways to play, because that's what the industry's doing.
I do think, I don't have a way to put it in as a news piece, but I do think this reporting around this has tapped into one of my biggest issues with gaming coverage, where people don't get the context on stuff. They didn't have the context on Pete Hines' comments, where they just took everything he said about subscriptions as talking about Game Pass, whereas in that article, you don't actually know, because they did the thing I don't like in interviews, and they never listed the actual question. Like the paragraph before each quote from Pete was just the author's own thoughts, and then Pete's talking about a similar thing. You don't know what the actual question was. And it happened again with a joke, what felt like a joking going along with the jest quote from one of the Ghost of Yote guys over at Sucker Punch, who I think was on with MinMax. And they were joking about how he must have been so excited when GTA was delayed. And people reported his response to what seemed like an obvious joke with an obvious joking response as, oh yeah, no, they were popping champagne there. They were so excited. Like 90 headlines across various websites, all reporting this as real news. And man, it's very frustrating. It's not hard to get the context on something. Like, I read that Pete interview for 2 minutes and was like, oh, everyone who reported on this either knowingly was just trying to get a clickbait headline or just didn't actually read it and just took some quotes I saw. It's very frustrating.
Shocked.
Artemis, my headphones are really nice, but these are $900. I could never have afforded them. They were for a review. It's from Odyssey, who also sent me these ones for Xbox, which are $30, which I also could never afford. So while they are amazing, I can't recommend them easily.
Yeah.
Rant over.
It's okay. Next up in news, Switch 2's cart speed is why some publishers and developers are using game keycards. And that comes from Ubisoft, because the game cart itself with actual physical storage on it isn't fast enough for the game engine and to run Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah,
it was one of the it's actually an audio dev, I think, who works at Ubisoft Massive, talking about why and their game texture streaming needs more speed than the up to 400 megabytes that the Switch 2 carts can do. It needs the faster speeds of the Switch 2 internal memory. Like and it's for when the engine requires it. So for them, the cart was never an option just because the game couldn't run as well as they wanted off of it. And it's a very good port. Obviously, a lot of time spent trying to get it right, make it good. And it's a really good game. Hopefully people buy it over there. But it is one of those things, like a lot of smaller games would have no problem running off of those. So they're just using the cart, because otherwise it's prohibitively expensive when the only versions available, or the only version available, I think, is 64. Because when you jump up to SD Express, there's just fewer options on who makes that type of card. You don't have tons of 16 and 32s and even 8s out there and stuff. And so Nintendo is in a, here, we got this game key card, here you go. Or you can use a 64 gig variant if that works for you. And they don't have a system inset on the hardware to let you have the game on the thing, but you have to then install it. So it's either download or full cart. But the full cart doesn't work for them, so it's going to have to be download no matter what. So at least they have this.
Yeah. There you go. It's nothing to do with cost. Stop getting angry at developers.
I mean, sometimes it's cost for a lot of them, but for this one, it was not.
No. Next up in news, Tactical FPS Ready or Not celebrated another milestone as Void Interactive's game has now sold 3 million copies across all console platforms, bringing their total sold for the game across every platform, including PC, to over 13 million units. Big congrats to that team. To celebrate, the game is on sale for the first time on consoles. I believe, to my knowledge, it's probably both, but on Xbox it's 20% off, and that's including all of the expansions and the digital deluxe edition. So if you wanted to get into a little bit of tactical FPSing, you can do so for save a little bit of money.
On Xbox, it's also available Play Anywhere.
Is it Play Anywhere now as well?
It is. It became that a little while after launch.
That is
I think it's cloud
cool.
streamable, but don't quote me on that.
Wow.
But also, Christ, was it Mafia the Old Country just went to cloud streaming? The cloud streaming thing is a no.
One of them did, yeah.
Yeah, it makes.
I think so.
It just makes sense for everything that they can fit on their servers to be playable on the cloud, because it's just another way for it to be bought at full price. So there is no inherent risk. Does this work okay on the cloud? Is it set up for those blades at all? Cool. We can now just get more people to buy it. Because it's not part of the sub. You need the sub to play it that way. Then you got to give them the same money you'd give them any other way.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Last couple of news stories now.
There's some context on this one.
Life is Strange is getting a TV show from Amazon. I haven't played Life is Strange, but this was a Don't Nod. Life is Strange.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. It was Don't Nod for the first one or two, and then True Colors and Double Exposure went to Deck 9 and didn't do great.
Yes,
so now Deck 9 doesn't really exist. Unfortunately, Amanda had been streaming a lot of them. She kind of stopped because the audience wasn't the best on Sunday morning, sadly. But so this one got announced in a way that really pissed off game developers, where it's like this deserves to be more than a game. It's like, come on,
just a game.
No, not like it's a game that's all about this. It's a game that's all about the story and making choices about the story. Like, it is a story that could only truly happen the way it did in games. So you are going to make a canon version of a game that is all about player choice. Fine, but you're also they're not probably bringing on any of the Don't Nod writers who made the entire universe or anything. So it's just going to be another typical game adaptation where, like, Fallout is the exception, where they actually have the people in to work over it, and like Bethesda there controlling the canon and being a part of everything. Like, that seems so goddamn rare lately. Even Halo had that. Even if you don't like where they ended up going with it, Microsoft had a person there and input, and it was a part of them working on it. Sony's good about it because they are literally a freaking media company anyways. It's what they started out as, way more than gaming. But whenever you get a lot of these other ones that are licensed out, they don't bring the people who actually made the original thing on at all. And they, like, crow about it, and it's annoying as shit.
Yeah. It's very, very frustrating when that happens. But it does happen. Speaking of Sony, the PlayStation 6 is rumored to have an optional disc drive at launch. This is coming from Tom Henderson, an exclusive over at Insider Gaming. So yeah, the death of physical media continues with reportedly
it's less of a death.
Sony planning to have a detachable disc drive just at launch.
Like the death would be not having an optional disc drive at launch.
I know. Like they're still hedging their bets, right? Obviously, the optional current gen detachable disc drive for PlayStation 5 was introduced halfway through this generation.
And Tom said it's been a success, which is why they're looking to do it again.
Yeah, because why not? Because that way you only have
the optional drive wasn't at the beginning of the gen. The optional drive came in with the PS5 Slim redesign.
Yes, I did say middle of the gen. Not
I thought you said beginning
of the gen.
I'm used to you being wrong.
But yeah, for the next generation of PlayStation, several sources who wish to remain anonymous because they weren't authorized to talk about company plans have said that the detachable disc drive is here to stay for the next generation. I'll try and put a link in chat. Oh, it's letting me this time. You can go read Tom's full report there. But yeah, unless things are changed at the last minute, PlayStation is firm on the decision because the disc drive for PlayStation 5 hit all the company's internal targets. Interesting.
He's learned from you and Nick, always hedging those bets. Unless things change, then gives the thing.
Things
Nick does it after. And it's like, no, Nick, you got to do it during what you are saying. The thing everyone's going to clip. You have to say, this could always change, or right now the plans are. And then you've hedged your bets. But also, hey, 140 of you, if you're liking this stream, please hit the like button because it's one of the main metrics that Google uses for pushing us to new people, which is very important because we love you and we want to love more of you. We want
more of you.
Yeah,
more people like you watching and chatting. And as always, I would recommend if you want some old school internet interaction in long form, head over to forum.xboxzero.com. If you just want, that quick, snappy Gen Alpha style convo, you can join our community Discord, which has over 1,000 members and is extremely good, cool place to hang out. Discord.gg/Xbox Era. It's also worth reminding you all that xboxera.com as a website and our forum can both be installed directly to your phone. They are mobile-first websites and applications, and the phone will treat it as a web app, which means it will have its own icon, and it will run, and it will also update itself. So if you're offline and you still want to do some reading, you can kind of catch up on stuff you missed while you're on the train. It's cool like that, because we're forward-thinking here at Xbox Zero.
You know who else is forward-thinking? This new email we just got. That might be worth just quickly throwing into the show. There's a new publisher. Gambit Digital has just been announced via a Press Engine launch. New publisher, seemingly out of Montreal.
Yeah. New CEO Zach Antonassi. Gambit Digital publishing today has to be more than a transaction. It has to be a long-term partnership. We're focused on helping and working hand in hand with developers, not just to launch their games, to build sustainable long-term momentum. Exciting.
Yeah. It's always out of the ashes of so many failures. Generally, we start getting some new stuff. So hopefully we've been on that downward fire everyone trend. Hopefully it's more flattening out, and then we can go back on the investment train after the AI bubble figures out there are good things about LLMs and machine learning and all that it's really useful for, but they're very limited to certain things, and they're not everything like people like Sam Altman keep trying to sell you on. And now even he is pulling back, and he's like, man, these bots are ruining social media. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Last news story, and one that I am personally super hype about. Jump Space, the co-op first-person shooter spaceship PvE game that was in Steam early Next Fest, and I got an early glimpse at, I think, last year, is finally coming to Steam Early Access and game preview on Xbox on September the 19th.
Is it PC only game preview?
No, it's Xbox.
Oh, there you go.
console too, I believe.
We got a bajillion Xbox leaks, Bash video editor. There are like thousands of them with all the chip stuff and all their plans for how it's going to work. Lots of Xbox. We're just so used to them now. They don't seem like leaks, knowing the way the entire system's going to work and their whole chiplet thing, and instead of being one monolithic die where you can choose, you're going to have this GPU with the Xbox back compat turned on, with this CPU as long as they hit a min spec to run the back compat. Like there's a lot of leaks, trust me.
Yeah, and equally with leaks, like with Xbox, it just seems to be scuttlebutt with nothing that can be truly like documented and verified, whereas Tom Henderson's approach usually is multiple sources, documentation, and he's probably got a couple of sources that are in or around PlayStation to write that news story. Like it's just how it is sometimes. Especially if you've got a load of people let go from one company and they might have been people's sources, suddenly the leaks stop. Well, not much people can do. But yeah, Jump Space is a really cool looking spaceship PvE FPS game. It looks awesome. It played really well in the early look I got during Steam's Next Fest demo session. And I really can't wait to play this. I don't know if they're even going to do media previews, early access review periods at all. I have asked, but I haven't heard back yet. Fingers crossed.
It's a lot of work, and I don't think they're a big team, right? So it might
but even if it's just a Steam code, I'll take it just so I can get some early content out. I would be delighted, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The team have developed and laid out their roadmap for the game as they head into 1.0 and beyond. So you can go check out the article on xboxera.com for all of that info. It launches for the cost of $20 or £16.75 on Steam and Xbox.
That's a great price for a co-op game, because when you want to get multiple people in, the more it is, the harder it is.
Yeah. And lastly, you played the old trailer. That's the Jump Ship trailer. It needs to be Jump Space. It's been renamed.
That's not a trailer. I'm playing your gameplay.
Oh, okay. Then it's really old.
Yep.
But never mind. Last couple of news stories. I'm going to shout them out. Toxic Commando has pre-order bonuses available for it. You can read that on xboxera.com.
Early next year it comes out.
Early next year, yeah. Probably spring-ish, something like that.
So not winter.
And I have an article prepped. I'm just waiting for the Xbox team to actually give me the list. But the Indie Selects Demo Fest begins today. There are already a bunch of demos up on the Xbox store, but I just don't know. I had a look at some and I could work out, well, this got added today, so it's probably linked. But we haven't got the full list yet. As soon as we do, I'll put an article out and I'll try and call out some demos that are worth checking out and investigating, because there are over 40 new indie game demos that will be available today for just 3 weeks, and then it's over. They all shut down on the 30th of September. So bear that in mind. Keep an eye out, because you never know.
This feels like that thing that Sarah Bond wanted, where when these companies make, like, these might be Gamescom and PAX demos, and then they just, polish them up a little bit.
Yeah, they actually call that. They call that out in their article. They're like, think of these as show floor demos. They're not super polished. You
got to get people used to the fact, like, when you see games early, they are nothing like when you see games late.
So true.
At all. Like, I think early access and game preview has given people an idea of what that's like. Because if you go play the Rogue Prince of Persia's first build when I did, and you play it now, they feel like two different games.
Yeah. It's crazy how much optimization can still come in after launch, but it's just the nature of game development, peoples. But there you go. That's pretty much everything. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate all of you.
Oh.
And you. We'll be back on Thursday with more headlines. Until then, you know the drill. Be good to each other. Enjoy video games, because they're awesome. And, keep your eyes and ears and mouse pointers clicked on xboxera.com for all the latest and greatest in Xbox news. We'll see you next time. Meow.
Meow.
Meow.